Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to our videos on the Rebbe's Seder. Today we're going to cover the next two steps in the Seder, steps 4 and 5, Yachatz and Maggid. To do Yachatz properly, three things have to get done. Firstly, the middle matzah has to be broken in half. Secondly, the bigger portion has to be chosen for the afikoman. And thirdly, according to our minhag Chabad, we split this bigger half of the matzah into 5 pieces, and it's put away later on to be eaten as the afikoman. We're going to talk about how the Rebbe did each of these steps. Just to refresh, at this point, the karpas is off of the kairo. We've already eaten the vegetable. All we have left are the zroya, the beitza, the morer and chazeres, and the chareses. I didn't have any real chareses today. I just put Play-Doh. By the way, Play-Doh is chametz. You can't use it on Pesach. And then we have the matzahs inside the kairo. The Rebbe also had 2 pillows on which he would lean. Today I don't have any pillows. I have towels instead. But we're going to see that these pillows are going to become important during the hiding of the afikoman. The Rebbe would break the middle matzah while it was still inside the kaira, inside the matzah case, which means the Rebbe would stick his 2 hands inside, break the matzah in half, and then pull out the bigger half. By the way, Chassidim remember that nothing from the kaira rolled away. The Rebbe did this in such a professional way that just the matzah would crack and nothing else would move. Once the Rebbe took out the bigger half, he would put it on top of the pillows, and there he would divide it into 5 pieces. Then he wrapped it in a cloth, very similar to the cloth he used to set up his matzah case, and he put it specifically between the pillows. Rabbi Yosef Minkowitz, shliach of the Rebbe to Montreal, remembers when Rashag, the Rebbe's brother-in-law, asked him about this custom.
And the Rashag said, there's a sikh of the Friedricher Rebbe, that you have to put the afikoman by 2 pillows. So he asked the Rebbe if you put it under the pillows or between the pillows. The Rebbe had 2 pillows. The chair was standing sideways. The Rebbe's chair was facing the table. The other chair was standing sideways. There was 2 fluffy pillows. So the Rebbe answered that soften means that you have to hide it. But therefore you have to put a dafke between the pillows. Not under the 2 pillows, between the 2 pillows.
Some years, Chassidim remember that after Yachatz, the Rebbe would actually turn the middle matzah around in the case so that at the edge, all you would see was like a whole matzah. You wouldn't see the broken half. It's going to become important later because during Maggid, many times, we uncover and cover the matzahs. And so once you do this, whenever you uncover it, you only see the whole matzah. And now for Maggid, the 5th and longest step of the Seder, where we read the Haggadah and tell the story of Yetzias Mitzrayim. The Haggadah opens with the paragraph of Heilach Ma'anya, when we talk about the matzah, invite those that are hungry, and wish that next year will be with Mashiach. At this point, the Haggadah says to uncover the matzahs. And so what the Rebbe would do is simply uncover the top layer, and because his matzahs were positioned pretty close to the edge, it would be possible to see all of the matzahs. At the end of the paragraph, the matzahs are covered, the second cup of wine is then filled, and the manishtana was asked. We're going to hear soon from one of the chassidim who was by the Rebbe's Seder about Reb Yankel Katz, who was the chassid who would actually read the Haggadah out loud at the Rebbe's Seder. His son Heshi was zeicha to be the child who would ask the manishtana in front of the Rebbe at the Rebbe's Seder. Afterwards, everybody would say the manishtana on their own, and the Rebbe would also, with the Yiddish nusach, as we learned it in school. After the manishtana, the matzahs are once again uncovered, and now it's time to actually go to reciting the entire Haggadah from Avodim Hayinu. When we talk about the Rebbe's recitation of the Haggadah, we're going to discuss 2 points. First, we'll talk about the pace. That means how fast and how exactly the Rebbe would read the Haggadah. Then we'll talk about the tune that the Rebbe used when he read the Haggadah quietly to himself. Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak Ofen, a shliach of the Rebbe and a mashpia in Eretz Yisrael, remembers how the pace of the Haggadah would go.
רבי אז היה אגדה עם טעמים ומנהגים של הרבי. ועד זאת הרבי גם כן השתמש עם סידור של האריזל של רב שבסאי, עם הכוונות, אותו סידור שהרבי היה משתמש גם כן בראש שנה בתקיעות, אז אותו סידור היה גם כן בסדר של של פסח. רבי ינקב קץ, הוא היה אומר את ההגדה, הוא היה מקריא, והוא עוד היה בזמן הרב יעצץ, הוא היה יהודי עשיר שהיה עוזר הרבה ללובביץ'. הרב היה אומר מהר את ההגדה, עוד לפני שהוא הספיק לגמור, הרב היה אומר עמוד שלם, ואחרי זה היה מעיין במנהגים והטעמים, ואחרי זה בסידור האריזל, ועד שהוא החזיק בעמוד השני, אז הרב אמר מהר את העמוד השני, ושוב היה מסתכל במנהגים שלו והטעמים, ובסידור האריזל. ככה זה היה במשך כל ההגדה.
With regards to the tune the Rebbe used when reading the Haggadah, of course we don't have any recordings of the Seder, but Hasidim tell us that the Rebbe used the same tune that he would use when he would recite Mishnayos before Kaddish. So I'm going to play a video from Vav Tishrei, Tafshin Nun Aleph, the Rebbe's mother's yahrzeit, where we could hear clearly the tune the Rebbe uses while saying Mishnayos, and that is the tune that the Rebbe would use while saying the Haggadah. Of course, we could only imagine how we would apply that to the tune of the Haggadah. Something like this. Avodim hayinu lefare b'mitzrayim, vayetzienu havaya lekeinu misham, b'yad chazaka v'zreya netuya, etc., etc.